Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Woo, it's early, but I'm good.
Oh, what time is it where you are?
It's not that early. It's 9:04.
It's kind of early. It's like 5 o'clock here.
Yeah.
In mom land, that's a solid middle of the day.
What time is Bubba waking up now?
5:36.
She gives you the Capital X for breakfast show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up
There you
super
go.
early.
You know, if you need someone, you got it.
For a second.
So Kehlani, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us on the show. Of course, the world is in lockdown at the moment. Everyone's social distancing. What is life like for you at the moment?
It's shooting videos. It's promoting this album I dropped. It's doing all that from my garage. So we're in my garage. You can't tell because I got this thing, so you don't see the garageness. But yeah, so just kind of doing all that, and then being a mom. So
You've been pretty busy this quarantine, I feel like you said, shooting videos, album, of course. It was all good until it wasn't. Talk to us about that. How did that come about?
I kind of been busier in this quarantine than I was outside the quarantine. Pretty crazy. But dropping the album, so luckily we finished recording the album like low key right before the coronavirus started becoming a thing, which was pretty trippy, like literally maybe 2 weeks. And then for a second it was like, we don't know if we're gonna be able to put it out because we won't be able to. I had all these crazy plans as far as like this video director that I was gonna fly out from London, and like we had came up with all these crazy visuals and the cover and just like this epic thing that goes into the whole rollout, not just like the music, and all that got blown out the way. So I had to come up with a new plan and do it myself. So I bought a desktop and I bought a camera and I bought software, and we just been doing every single thing from the garage. So
I think it's so sick that you were able to even put something out during this time, and I think that maybe because we've all got more time to ourselves, it's given us the quietness that we need to truly like dissect it. And you've got so many different people on it. It's like, for me, I feel like I've seen so many more people tweet about it, so many more people talk about it. Even in my family group chat, my sister's like, oh my God, have you heard of this girl? And I'm like, I've been. Kehlani from SoundCloud, please, I've been here.
Serious.
How does it feel kind of reaching so many people at this time?
it's a trip. I mean, to think that this album has done better than any of my projects, not just numbers, but even critically. Even I've seen so many people that was like, I was like not really into it, and now I'm super into it, or like I couldn't really relate before, but now I fuck with it, stuff like that. I think it's just a trip that it's doing all that in this time, like while all this is going on. I don't know if it's people being stuck inside or if it's, genuinely doing this thing. Either way, I'm grateful. So
I think it's nice. We've been saying a lot, like cloud, every cloud has a silver lining. So when we get past this and we remember this time, your album will be a thing that we've remembered like greatly in this thing that we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Let's talk videos, music videos. You shot quite a lot at home in the garage. How fun was that? Because you've done like some quite sexy ones, shot all yourself, edited yourself.
Yeah, me and Bree, who was kind of like with me every day anyways. I just told her to come quarantine with me since like it first started. She's my photographer, but she picked up videography super quick and has been, behind the camera, me directing everything, me having to learn hair and makeup, which was like super far out for me because I'm like this all the time. That having to sit on the computer and edit it in this hot ass garage. It's been fun. I would say that it's a skill that I'm grateful to have had this time to kind of force me to pick it up, because I can take it outside of the quarantine. I can take it when all of this is up, and I can apply it myself, and I can really be in more creative control than I've ever been before because of this. So it's dope. I think figuring out how to like consistently reinvent the same spaces has been funny, because we've shot videos in the house and then we like kind of went somewhere and like shot videos in the desert and like the forest. That was kind of cool. So we're actually going to shoot like a couple more next week, and then I'm going to try to just shoot as many as possible. So
I think it's sick to be able to have that sort of control yourself, because when you have a whole team around you, even though, yes, of course, the pressure is off, you could get the video back and be like, those are all the shots I didn't like. I didn't. Yeah. To be able to put what you think is your best side, what you think is the best shots into something, for me, I think it shows in the videos that you've been uploading.
Thank you. Yeah, I think they've been I think I look a lot more comfortable. I think I look like, I think you just feel like you see my personality more. Like, none of them are overly styled or have like crazy glam or like have a lot going on or have a lot of like extra people in the videos. It's really just like me waking up, wetting my hair, like trying to put some mascara on, like figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's been fun. It's been super fun.
I think like the honesty that you're showing like right now in the videos and in the music is super apparent. Even like I've seen you on Twitter quite a lot, interacting with everybody, like all the fan questions, all the fan comments. You're like chatting away, like in the lead up to the album. Now it's out, it's still continuing. How fun is that to talk to everybody and be so connected with people who are really like listening to your album, watching your videos at this time?
I think I always kind of been like that. I'm a lot more talkative online than I am even in person. I feel like people get surprised at that because they're like, yo, like, you're so open online and you're kind of quiet in person. I'm like, I feel like it's low-key easier to just like talk. Plus, you're talking to people that like support you. So like a lot of them just want to just ask like a question they've been just dying to ask you for a long time. And it's like, easy to like answer. It's like honest and heartfelt and it's like a real, back and forth. But it's dope. I really feel like this quarantine is kind of putting everybody in that headspace of realizing that like all we really have is each other in these times. And like it's an important time to build deeper connections with people that support you. You don't have anything else to do. You really like should take this time to like connect with people, but you also realize like because this virus has like put us in the headspace of it isn't discriminatory? Am I saying it right?
Discriminatory. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, it's not discriminatory. It can't, like, depending on who you are or what you do, like, it could get any of us. So it's put us all on this, like, field of, like, none of us are better than each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not too good. And I'm not saying this from my perspective because I've always kind of done this, but I've witnessed it really change people of just like, okay, I do need to talk to people more. I do need to reach out more. I do need to be on Twitter more and like talk to my fans. Like, we're all humans. Like, this is a time we're kind of all like getting on this cool like level that I appreciate a lot. So
I think it's humanized a lot of people because if everyone is at home, everyone's at home and it's like you're at home, I'm at home. Fair enough, they're in different places, but your favorite influencers or your favorite celebrities, they're not on a beach making you jealous. They're not front or on stage. You're all kind of in the same position, so that level of understanding.
Exactly.
Can I just say actually that your shoot for Teen Vogue is just like oh my god, like through the window with the blinds with the leg. Yes, that's my favorite shoot of all time. And to think that it was like outside your house through a window, not by choice is
I didn't even go it was crazy. Like, that was the first time I ever experienced anything like that. Like, they were yelling at me like, okay, now turn a little bit to the right. Okay, now I'm gonna switch it to the film camera. I'm like, okay, got you. Like, let me know when I'm in the right spot. Like, it was pretty hilarious. So, I enjoyed it. It's been a trip. I think the funniest thing, I'll look back and be like, did y'all peep that I was like missing parts of my eyebrow or something because I'm doing my own hair and makeup for these magazine covers? So I can't wait to show my team.
Did you spot like, the stroller in the back, the pillow over here?
Probably like a binky somewhere. There's definitely binkies in the music videos, I'm sure.
We were going to ask you to give us a tour of your house, but you've set up this spaceship looking corner in your garage.
It looks very good.
If I like poke it, it'll fall backwards. But we're in my garage. This is where behind this, on the other side of the wall, I have a studio set up to record. We're on my desktop at my desk where all my there's 4 cameras over here, like all the camera equipment are on the shelves over here. This is where we edit the videos. There's a backdrop in the back over there for all the press shots. So all the press shots you see, all the rollout stuff, that was all shot in my garage too on this side. And this was just like the storage because this is my rental house. I don't live here. So this had like stuff from like the people who really like owned the place. This had stuff from when we moved in. Like behind this is like shelves of just like stuff.
Bric-a-brac.
Exactly that. So yeah, this is my creative space. So yeah.
I feel like you could run the world from where you're sitting. Like you're a bit
This little
Professor
corner.
X-y at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
It's very Professor X. Me and Bree are very like we get in our like pinky in the brain bag for sure. Like,
Oh, I've got a pinky in the brain tattoo, you know?
really?
Yeah, I'm the brain.
Okay.
Oh, on the back of my leg, I would show you, but the people on YouTube will get excited.
Oh yeah, I feel that. I have a Rocket Power tattoo on my leg. That's like where I keep my cartoons down there too.
Yeah, like on the back. Yeah. Good
I
spot.
froze and came back just in time for tattoo talk, but I'm back. I froze, but I'm back.
To be honest, I was in the chat. I didn't even clock that you were gone, Shayna. I'm so sorry.
Right, I'm over here like trying to imagine the pinky in the brain tattoo. Like, okay, like my bad.
Yeah, it's like on the back of my thigh. It's lovely. It's old though. It's kind of faded.
Do you know how many tattoos you have, Kehlani?
No.
It's all right. We won't make you count. It's long.
It's fine.
Like because you know what? I don't know what counts as one tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole arm has become just like a monster of just like sleeve. So like, do you count this as one tattoo? Do you count this as multiple tattoos? Like,
It's either 1 or 100. You know.
Whatever you feel like.
exactly, and nothing in between. So
One of my sisters has got 5 tattoos, right? And she counts because I think people who haven't got a lot of them want to like beef up the number a little bit, and she'll count like every like letter
Line
as an individual. So that's a bit long, man. Like it's all right.
ooh. Oh, just say you don't have enough tattoos and go.
Get more.
Go and get some more.
Exactly.
How are you balancing being Kehlani and being a mom?
Well, I think that part of Kehlani is the mom appeal, which I've been told a lot lately. Like for some reason, after I had a baby, people came out the woodworks like, it's like I knew before. Like I knew I seen it, but like since you became a mom, there's just like this thing. And I'm like, low key, because I always had this super deep attraction for single moms. Like I don't know why, but I was like, girl, let me come help you raise your kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me pull up, you know. I think there's just this like strong like essence that moms have or something that just makes you feel like they could just take over the world, like they got they stuff together like super. So I don't know. I don't think there's too much of a balance as far as like personality wise, but as far as like splitting the work and the time and like, you know, dedicating like how much time I spend doing what, that was harder outside of the quarantine, obviously, because I would have to leave and go to the studio. And
Yeah.
now she's learns how to walk. She walks and runs and pulls and breaks. So she's running around yanking stuff out the wall and like
Love
breaking
it.
stuff up. And I'm like, all right, so you can't come to the studio just yet. Like you could come before, but now like I might gotta like put you in a corner or something in the studio. But yeah, but it's been dope to be home and to be able to like be with her every day and also get my work done at home, and like she can be right here while I'm editing, you know, so that's been cool.
Do you reckon you'll struggle when it goes back to normal, kind of having that kind of demand again and having all those commitments when you've gotten so used to just being with her every day?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm taking care of a lot of like the way music works. I'm kind of doing all the crazy stuff that would require me to be gone the most, like right now, because it's like the album just came out. Besides touring, but she'll come with me. But the album just came out. Like all the stuff I would be running around outside the house, or I'd have flown out there and been doing stuff out there. You know, like I'm doing it from my living room. So by the time this all opens back up, I'll probably just have to hit the studio again and make another album, or go on tour.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah.
We don't mind either or. We
Both. Well, we do mind. We want everything. We're demanding.
all of it.
Tour album, both, got it.
Yeah, everything. More. This album, was it a surprise to you that it's been your most commercially successful one?
Yes and no. Yes, because of the quarantine. And, you know, I kind of got told, like, you know, if you still want to drop it, and this is just by people in general, like even just human beings, consumers, like, you know, we've seen streaming went down, like, if you want to drop it, like, don't be geeked up about, you know, how well it could potentially do, because streaming is down and people aren't outside. People aren't doing the things they're normally doing while listening to music. Like, they're not getting ready for the club. They're not in their car taking long drives for real. Like, I'm like, okay, well, let me just get that out of my head. But also on the flip side, I feel like it's personally my best work. So maybe the music is just speaking for itself, and that's why it's doing as well as it's doing. And I think people are also just really connecting with not only the music, but like all the content, you know, as we were talking about before, like being put out by me. And so,
yeah, good stuff. Apart from your own, what kind of music have you been getting into in this quarantine? Like, what's your vibe?
I listen to my friends. I
love that.
Yeah, like I'm really lucky to have really, really talented friends who are super inspiring, who also worked on my album with me. Destin Conrad, Ombre, they're my top two. Absolutely. They're both really, really incredible. They helped me write Water. Destin wrote Passionate. The second half of the song on the album. So, and they've just been like family. We've been family for like the past like 5 years. So, yeah, we all listen to the homies in the house.
Nice.
Well, Kehlani, we want to thank you for joining us on Capital Extra Breakfast. It took a while, but we got there with the interview in the end. Like, thank you.
Yeah.